Hello everyone. Today I'll be reviewing the Bravado Greenwood based on the 1977 to 1978 Dodge Monaco. It features great customization and is free this week, so if you're interested in this car, definitely try to win it. Anyway, now on with the video. As you can see, you really have a lot of options here with the trim, even the roll cages. You really have a lot of options to play with here, so if you want to black out the trim or change it another color, you can do that. Depending on the style of build that you're going for. Same applies to the bumpers here, front and back. You really do have many things you can do with it. Even though the options are a little bit, not very many options, you really still have a lot to play with the colors. Here, it's pretty nice that you can change the engine filters and just the engine model. So if you're going for like a hot rod or like a muscle build, you can do that. I personally like how the stock filter looks. It's probably not accurate to the real car, but I just really love the detail on it. Here in the back, you really do have a lot to choose from with the exhausts. I personally like the exhaust since it's period correct. I would say it's closer to the real car, even though it's probably located on the left or the right, whichever side. But as I said, if you want to go for a muscle build, you can really do that here with these exhausts. You can add some light covers here if that's what you want to do. If you want to go for like a rally style or a cannonball style build, I believe that's what they do to some of the cars. Here you have your typical livery options with the stripes. Very well made, very detailed. Some of these seem to be lowrider inspired. This one is from a movie, but I'm not really sure which one. But you really do have a lot to play with, even with the, you know, NASCAR type liveries or race car liveries or whatever you'd call these from that time period. And another, lowrider livery. Here you can add some louvers if that's your thing. Uh, Personally, it doesn't really work with this car in my opinion, so I'm just gonna leave them off. You can change these mirrors as well. You got your missile uh, mirrors or whatever. You even got your flat round mirrors. But again, I personally like the stock square mirrors. They look closer to the real thing. Here, I'm going to add a yellow and blue plate that's similar to the classic style plate from this era, if I remember correctly, from California to be specific. For the color, I wanted to do the jasmine yellow available on the real life Monaco, but it was really hard to do without doing mods or a custom hex. So I'm just going to do a red, a regular red for this car. And I'm going to paint the vinyl black, a secondary black vinyl. As you can see here in the roof options, you can color match it. You even have your secondary as I mentioned. Or you can not have the vinyl and just paint it another color, whatever you want. And that's good that you really have a lot of options to play with. Even though it's little, it's one of those cases where less is more. You can put an antenna, but I feel it doesn't belong in this car. Of course, you have your drag race wings, your muscle wings, your sport wings. It's really all up to you. I mean, whatever you want to do with this car. But for me, I'm very simple. I like to make my cars period correct as much as I can. So I'm gonna make this similar to the Brougham trim level of the Monaco, the Brougham or the Brougham, however you pronounce it. For the wheels, I'm gonna go into a lowrider and I'm gonna get, uh, let me see, I'm gonna get the triple golds because those are similar to the trim level I'm trying to emulate here. The wired hubcaps that were available on the car. The stock wheels look pretty nice. It all depends what you're going for. If you're going for a lower trim level or a police build, I would have gone for the custom tire lettering, but the white walls look too thick for this car, so I'm just gonna keep them off. Same go for the window tints. They don't really belong on classic cars, in my opinion. Kind of ruins the classic look. But after this, I'm gonna show you a closer look of the car. Detail is great and texture quality is acceptable. As you can see, the engine model is partially 2D and 3D. I feel like the bottom portion could have been a bit better, a bit more see-through. But I don't really blame them. You know, it takes a lot of effort. Same goes for the interior. The interior is reused from a few other muscle cars. And the texture quality, I mean, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's acceptable. Not many people play in first person or look at the trunk in the rear. It's a little shallow, but it is wide though. Um, but other than that, um, the exterior of the car is very well made. I really don't have any complaints. It's great that we have a lot of options to play with. Speed and handling is great and is competitive, especially for those of you that participate in races. This car is a great choice in the muscles class. I really had a fun time driving it. Ever since I've purchased this car back in 2022, since it came out, I really didn't have any complaints at all. I just like the way it handled. It's spread around the corners. It handles just like a sports car. Its suspension is a little bit floaty and bouncy. The rear is a little bit heavy or tail happy, however you call it. But other than that, it's not really a problem. You know, this car, it's very dependable. You don't have to worry about crashing a lot or having to estimate when you have to brake. You can just brake as soon as you get close to the corner, unlike some other muscle cars in this category. But I definitely recommend this car for free, especially even if you don't get it for free. The $1.1 million price tag isn't so bad. But that's all I got for today, and as always, thanks for watching.